Well, AIA is an independent, not-for-profit organisation which was formed by the 15 research and development corporations. The RDC's established AIA to focus on the cross-sectoral challenges facing agricultural, fisheries and forestry. Agricultural Innovation Australia Environmental Accounting Platform provides producers and supply chains with a consistent and standardised approach to carbon accounting.
Producers can use it to understand their carbon footprint across their entire enterprise. Existing service and software providers can integrate with our engine to give their customers access to consistent and up-to-date carbon calculations.
We worked with mixed farming enterprises and we found that those producers found carbon calculations and calculators really cumbersome and confusing. They're often working off spreadsheets at a single commodity level.
Through the EAP, we have simplified the process of calculating carbon emissions. Producers can enter data once to achieve a whole of enterprise carbon footprint.
So what we've seen is most multinational supply chain companies have started setting targets for greenhouse gas emission reduction. And if you think of Australian agriculture, 72% of our produce is exported. So we need to know what our greenhouse gas number is and how our producers can meet the supply chain demands of the future. So we've developed a standard way of doing the calculations that holds integrity on the global stage. It has to be consistent with the Australian approved National Greenhouse Gas Inventory method, first of all. But it's also got to be placed in the same framework as the Science Based Targets Initiative, the Greenhouse Gas Protocol. The ISO standards emerging around the world, it's got to be put into a lifecycle framework reflected as Scope 1, 2 and 3. So having a standard approach is really important because you don't want different tools giving different answers. That would be a really bad outcome for Australian agriculture.
The AIA EAP is backed by science and industry. It has been built with funding from the Rural Research Development Corporations, and it's supported by a technical advisory panel of leading Australian experts.
So we've brought together this group that are probably at the forefront of knowing how to do carbon accounting and what emerging rules are coming about on the global stage. So the panel's role is to continually review changes to the national inventory that are material, changes to international standards that are emerging, and how they can and should be incorporated into future updates of the AIA EAP tool. Through
the EAP, we've brought together industry, science, and the commercial value chain to design and develop this solution.
By creating a pre-competitive solution, we have ensured that we are not competing with the market, but rather enabling it by allowing all software to integrate to the AIA EAP engine.
Producers can access the platform via a range of means. First and foremost, they can access it via their research and development corporations. But importantly, they can access it via multiple pathways that they're already familiar with, they're already invested in, know and trust. And those sorts of pathways include farm management software providers, existing service providers, financial service providers, where their data currently exists. And what we have been able to provide is provide all of those organisations with an engine that they can connect to that gives them accurate and systematically maintained calculators. The Environmental Accounting Platform is really supporting Australia take a standardised and consistent approach. This is unifying Australian agriculture in the face of some major challenges and allows us to coordinate and get highly organised for the future. It's going to support us at a trade level, it's going to support us at a domestic level, and on farm to be able to talk and discuss consistent language and terminology and know that they're comparing like for like.
But we've also got to keep in mind that there are other environmental, social and governance criteria coming in natural capital accounting. And so we've got to have an accounting platform that is flexible enough to go from carbon accounting to biodiversity accounting to water accounting.
We have a firm focus on the future. We want to make sure that we use the platform to solve bigger challenges. The next challenges coming from international markets, the domestic markets around natural capital and biodiversity. We have a unique platform in Australia. It's an asset. It's critical for Australia's future to collaborate together on topics of environmental accounting.